Zip rider. Everyone's a winner, bargains galore. That's right, you too can be the proud owner. The quality goes in before that name goes out.
Now, we're not here to discuss tactics. We're not here to discuss social networks, collateral material, ad campaigns, marketing campaigns, viral campaigns, guerrilla campaigns, sponsorships, PR stunts, or anything about. All of these are tactics that are used to advance marketing schemes. What we're here to discuss with you are the basic ideas that these schemes develop from. So we've discussed some of the fundamental gaps that people have made, and we've delineated some of the places where these marketing campaigns can go off the rails, utilizing all these various techniques that you're all familiar with, you're all learning how to do. Now, ironically, with all the millions and millions of dollars spent on all these campaigns, things still go awry.
So why is that?
Yeah,
why do smart people with lots of money and examples like these, of things that have gone completely south, why do these things continue to happen?
Anybody have an idea why
Ideas?
these mistakes continue to be made?
Because you're not talking about them. You just said that no one wants to.
But there we go.
That's a good point.
Most places are not, if they are reported as a news item, there's not a lot of exploration done. If you really want to dig into it, you got to go
in
online.
business settings, people focus on success, not failure. And in fact, in my 14-city event program, I have a question that I ask my panelists just before we go to audience Q&A. And I always tell them ahead of time because I want to sandbag and go. The question is this: what idea looks really great on paper that just didn't work? Okay. I go to a lot of conferences, I go to a lot of events. Almost nobody forms a question around mistakes.
Ignore them. And we have a lot of clients. So he's writing about these things, we're doing them. We've probably represented, what, 100 companies in 10 years?
10,000.
Maybe 10,000. Maybe more, I don't know.
I have no idea.
If anybody can disprove that, that's
Yeah,
good.
look that up.
But most of these companies will continually repeat the same mistakes over and over again. They'll come in, they'll ask for this, they'll say they want to do this because they've seen something that worked in one place and assume that it can be applied to them as if every situation is the same. That's why marketing is such a hands-on business. When you see marketers come in and they talk to a biotech or a life sciences company, and then the next day they talk to a shoe company, and then the next day they're talking to a B2B company that's making ingredients in urinal cakes, for example. And the next day they're talking to an eyeglass company. There's this innate hubris within a lot of marketers that I can market, therefore I can market anything. And that's where these mistakes get made.
There you go. The number of big companies that analyze their SEO auction sales and realize they're competing against another division of the same company. Right? Dumbness, right? That happens. But equally stupid are the number of companies that are using a search term that is common inside the company to refer to something. Johnson Wax is a great example. Johnson Wax never calls their stuff floor wax. Internally, it's floor treatments, right? So for a while there, they were putting floor treatment as a search term. Nobody outside this dumb company uses the word floor treatment. They all say floor wax, right? So it's partly, I think, it is a
tunnel vision.
It's a myopia around the way their consumers refer to things or think about things or feel about things, and that's very hard to break once it's the DNA of the company.
All right. If anybody's taking any notes, this would be the time
That's
to do it. This is your money slide. Sandra's promised us she's going to ask you at least one answer from this on your. You guys do final exams here, or is it just like write a paper or something?
Now we had a thought while we were preparing this out in the hallway about 15 minutes ago that we would ask the class some doomed to fail in 2010. What do we think we're going to see in 2010? Steve and I have a couple of opinions.
I think your thing actually just died on.
Oh, that didn't happen.
Here we go. We got doomed to fail.
All right. What's going to happen in 2010? Let's just take some notes, and we're going to watch this over the course of the year and see who's right. The person who's right gets a bagel. What do we think is going to happen? what can we?
But think of some
anticipate?
things that are occurring now that people are going to be marketing against that could possibly fail. So when you think about marketing, you think about marketing coming out of recession. What are the kind of things that are important to people they might buy? Could we think about mortgages? Think about new credit cards. Don't forget the credit card legislation is coming down with that in March, I think, February, March. Think about car sales.
I'll tell you one, Phil. I'm convinced that another marketer is just like Walmart, going to try a faux effort, right? Even with the FTC rules out there, even with this kind of transparency.
It'll probably be Edelman again.
It'll probably be Ellis again, because those guys responsible
Never
got fired,
yeah.
and now new people are in, and they're going to say, "Oh, I got a great idea." They're going to run out there and do that. So I think we're going to see faux campaigns that, by the by, will be disclosed, found out, revealed, and it'll be a blusterfuck.
And I think besides, even in light of the FTC ruling, there's a whole contingency of bloggers who are getting a lot of credence and validating points put towards their blogging mechanism. Mommy bloggers, for example. They're actually starting to form together. They're actually being courted by various publications, by various product makers, soliciting their opinion, getting their testimonial buy-in. I think we're probably going to see some kind of backlash against the quote-unquote airsatch journalists who are now bloggers who have a big following, because we'll find out that they themselves are vulnerable and susceptible to the same things that the journalists were.
I think we're going to that line.
We can't give them everything. So you guys have to give us.
You have to give us
one. We got
something.
3 sections, so each section has to give us
Yeah.
one
one.
forecast. And this section.
Dumb hippies.
That are very in the body. Tell everybody who already knows your name.
All right, Kevin, as most of you should know. We think that one of the big fails for the upcoming year are going to be the green movement.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Some product is going to come out, they're going to go, oh, we're green. But they won't trace it all the way back, they won't trace their supply chains, someone's going to find out, and they're going to be hit.
That's good. I think you get some
like
props
that.
on that one.
We're just confused.
What about healthcare?
Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Everybody is thinking it's going to be great, whatever happens, very years. Let's say it settled in a year, maybe in 2 years, it came out more death and
Yeah, that's going to explode.
But that wasn't a marketing. So some
Well, you
manufacturer
theoretically have
within
to-
healthcare is going to.
or if
he
you have
said
these.
president marketing,
Was that?
presidential marketing.
Political marketing.
Party marketing.
Right, partisan marketing. Correct. Yeah, that's already
That's a given.
going to hell. Yes. Okay, that's something will happen there. Yes. And we got green now.
We think that Twitter, some major company is going to misuse Twitter or target the wrong.
Well, let's see if your
audience
prediction,
with Twitter
your
and,
specifically how they're going to misuse it. It's only 140 characters.
One example was they're going, like a very traditional company is going to target a generation mainly through Twitter or relying too much on Twitter, and it's just going to explode and be a big failure. Or they'll use Twitter the wrong way, not understanding who the audience is and how the
Yeah.
channel works.
I think she's
Basing
got.
large
Yeah, Twitter
scale
will be going to
plans
hell. Yeah.
off of that microcosm of Twitter users that might not be representative of their larger consumer.
That's
We have no
correct.
data
Yeah.
on it.
But that's why it's.
Like a reverse Ashton Kutcher kind of thing. It just all blows up in their face.
All right.
You guys have any questions?
Questions?
So you guys have talked about some of the mistakes that you anticipate for next year. What are some successes that you anticipate for next year?
We don't care about that.
No.
That's what Sandra's for.
Zip right up. Zip right up. Zip right up. Everyone's a winner, bargains galore. That's right, you too can be the proud owner of the quality goes in before that name.